Over a year ago, right when the 2022 season ended, I talked about the Detroit Lions and how they were going to be a very, very good team, potentially win the division in 2023. Lo and behold, I got it. So now that begs the question, can I call my shot again? So, my reasoning behind taking the Detroit Lions to be such a good team in 23 was they were a team that was on a hot streak at the end of the 22 season. And now mind you, I even said maybe Jordan Love is that guy, which he is, and the Lions still won the division. So, but they were on a roll. They had a good team. I saw them. I'm like, this is going to be a good team. Just off my gut feeling. So, who would be the team for this year? And I thought about it, and this is crazy, but I'm going to name two teams here. One of them is in the Lions' own division. Now, when I say that, you guys are like, okay, clearly really doesn't mean the Vikings. So it's either the Bears, who just took Caleb Williams, which, heck, they built around him. So that could absolutely be it. Then there's the Packers and Jordan Love. He is that guy. The young talent is another year older. Spanked the Cowboys in the playoff game. And they barely lost to the Niners. By the way, also with the Bears, when they got Montez Sweat, the defense improved mightily. Their head coach, Matt Eberflus, has been calling the defense as well, which it succeeded. And the Bears were doing well at the end of the season last year. I think Justin Fields was actually playing halfway decent when he came back from his injury, and the team was fighting for a playoff spot. It was a long shot, but they were fighting for a playoff spot late in the year. So the team that's going to be next year's Detroit Lions from the NFC is the Packers. If not for Jordan Love right at the end of the Niners game trying to make something happen, he ended up throwing the pick, and it was game over. But they were on such a roll, and they signed Josh Jacobs. They signed Xavier McKinney. They drafted a tackle to replace Bakhtiari. I just think they're going to be a really, really good team this year. So that's my NFC. AFC. This one was a little more complicated. Because I'm like, you want to pick a team who, I guess doesn't have a whole lot of expectations. Some expectations, but not a lot. I don't know how many people thought the Lions were going to be really good, besides yours truly. But, they weren't god-awful. And, at least at the end of the year, they weren't god-awful. And they weren't amazing, the year before. So it wasn't like a playoff team. Because I could easily say, hey, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be so good. Oh, yeah, smart guy. Oh. So it's, trying to pick a team. So you can't really take a Baltimore. You can't take Cincinnati. Can't take Kansas City, obviously. Buffalo. So I went through the divisions. I landed in the AFC South. So I'll tell you what, it's not the Titans. So that leaves the Jags, the Texans, and the Colts. It's not the Jags. Texans and the Colts. Okay? So, Texans. CJ Stroud, he's that guy. Anthony Richardson. We think you can be that guy. Can you stay healthy? Houston, beat the Browns in the playoffs. And the game was close for a little bit, and then 2 pick sixes later by Joe Flacco, and that game wasn't so close. So, Colts damn near won the division without Anthony Richardson with Gardner Minshew for most of the year, which that's just impressive all on its own. So my pick between those two teams, the Colts. I'm taking the Colts here because Richardson's coming back. He'll be healthy again. They did a pretty decent job drafting between getting Laiatu Latu, the first defensive player off the board at 15, and then getting A.D. Mitchell in the second round. That was pretty damn good too. So you got weapons. You do. You got Jonathan Taylor as your running back. You got weapons. You got a half-decent O-line. Your defense, you still got Kenny Moore. I think they re-signed him for the slot. By the way, I also pointed out the Texans last year had the core. I didn't think it happened that year, last year, but I said they had a core, and if their guys could play, then they'd be good. So I'm taking the Colts and I'm taking the Packers here to be the two teams that could be 2024's Detroit Lions. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit the like, and then let me know if you think I'm crazy with these two, and what if you had to take one team from the NFC, one team from the AFC, and say this is this year's Detroit Lions, who is it and why? And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.